Welcome, people of planet Earth and all planets beyond. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Josh, and welcome to Heat Check. This is our bi-weekly look at the top 10 highest selling vintage Levi's items on eBay. A lot of cool items on this week, some bangers, especially towards the top. So let's go ahead and dive in and check them out. Kicking us off at number 10, we have this vintage Levi's biker denim vest. It's obviously been made into a denim vest. All kinds of super cool Harley patches on here. We have 7th Sons, Kentucky, biker gang, the patch up front. It is a big E. It's interesting, it says that there is selvage on this jacket, but you'll notice it's a type 3, probably from the early 70s, considering it has a wash instructions here, but it's also got a big E, so I'd imagine this is really from like 71, 72, 73, something like that. It was not uncommon to find big E jackets after the 71 transition began. But anyway, super cool, all the patches, but what in the world is going on with the selvage? Why do they say there's selvage? Well, there's actually selvage, handmade, sewn in interior pockets that use selvage denim. It almost looks like, I can't tell if it's red line selvage, it almost looks like it could be very similar denim, actual like maybe some 501s that they cut up or something. But it's some beautiful denim that they added in there for some interior pockets. You can tell that the selvage is both different, it's all sort of in different directions, so they obviously cut something up. Some pair of jeans up or something like that. But that's a super cool little addition to this one. This one sold for $650 plus shipping. Pretty cool and super interesting with all the patches for sure. All right, at number 9, we have this vintage 70s/80s 501 red lines selvage. Beautiful pair of jeans. The color is incredible on there. You can see here we have the faint red line on the selvage denim. Let's see what else we can see here. It is the little E, of course. But what's interesting about this pair is that here we have a care tag, and we have 11.3, which the way I would read this would be that this would be, since there is a 6 factory code, and we can actually see, I think they show the factory code here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. There's a 6. This would most likely not be from the 80s. This would actually be from 1973. 73 was probably one of the early. This would probably be one of the earlier actual physical tags that you would see around this time. I don't believe this is actually from the 80s, though I could see why somebody might assume it was from the 80s. I have not seen a pair of 1980s jeans, especially 501s, that still had a single digit factory code, but I suppose it could happen. But it looks like everything else to me looks like this is 73. So a beautiful pair of early 70s 501s right here, and they sold also for $650 plus shipping. Then we have this 1950s Big E hidden rivets gripper zipper 501Z. This is incredibly beautifully colored. So much color left in that. I don't believe it has, let's see, does it have the back patch? I don't think they show you where, let's see. They don't show you the back. That is, oh, there it is. Yeah, no patch. It does have this Australian Navy patch, I think, on there, which is pretty interesting. There's the gripper zipper. You can obviously tell they turned it inside out. Let's go to that. It's been modified, so that's what explains the little bit lower price here than you would expect a 1950s 501Z to go for. Has been modified, has been changed. The silhouette's obviously not going to be the same as a normal 501Z from the 50s. But still a beautiful pair of jeans. So much good color in that. It did sell for $700 with free shipping. All right, here next up we have a really interesting one. This is a rare vintage Levi's leather pants Roswell collection. Unfortunately, I may need a little bit of help here from the crowd. Let me know. I'm not familiar with the Roswell collection is, and they don't give much of a description either. I don't know if that was like the TV show Roswell or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I've seen leather pants from the late 90s, early 2000s from Levi's that look very similar to this. And they sold for probably something like $200 to $300 at the time that I checked them last. But this one sold for quite a bit more, and I'm a bit surprised. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. It does appear to have sold. It actually sold twice, and I guess the first time someone didn't buy it, and then it sold again. But finally did actually officially sell it, it appears. Really interesting pair, size 36-36. They sold for $850 plus shipping. So not entirely sure what this Roswell collection is. So again, if the audience can help me out, that'd be really cool. But still an interesting pair and a really cool sale either way. All right, now we have some 1950s Levi's 501s. Here we go. These look great. They obviously have some wear in them and some speckled spots down here at the bottom. Either way, they are pretty gorgeous. The patch has been removed. It looks like some sort of damage or repair on that left seam there. It's hard to see. The V-stitch, you see it, the light sort of lemon colored threads. We have the hidden rivets all right there, like we would expect to see. We have the selvage watch pocket as well. Beautiful pair of jeans. They have a little bit of damage, but not much. I mean, this is a great pair of jeans. Makes sense. We've seen jeans like this on this list many times before. This one fits pretty much right into what we would expect. They sold for $1,000 plus shipping. We have some dead stock 505s. The 505 dead stock, especially the 1966 model, which are not technically from 1966, but these have seemingly done very, very well. This, as you can see, appears to be a little E. It has a Talon 42 zipper. All of these photos are like way out of focus. This is not helpful to sell, but it seemed like it didn't stop these guys. It does have the overlock seams. There is a tag. Looks like these are probably actually from 1977. Still really nice and beautiful. I'm really impressed. I'm actually really surprised a little bit by this price. I mean, dead stock anything is going to be is more and more valuable. But I'm a little surprised at this. The size 36-31 is the size. This one sold for $1,100 plus shipping. Again, it's a beautiful garment. But this is we're starting to see higher prices even for dead stock pairs from the late 70s and early 80s. So this fits right in line with some of the stuff that we have been seeing over the last few months. A beautiful pair either way. Now another beautiful pair of jeans. We have some 501 Big E dark denim type S. Says circa 1970 selvage. And we'll take a look at that. Yeah, that the little grading system that was put above the 501 was a remnant of the 60s. And we have a 4-digit in the factory code. A Big E, beautiful, beautiful. Looks like some sort of wear, maybe cuff wear, something like that. It looks like there's a bit more like orange thread than we would expect, like an older 60s pair. So I'm guessing this is not much older than what they say it is here. I don't see a V-stitch either, but they don't really show. Yeah, there's no V-stitch. So yeah, they're probably right on with this. Right there at the turn of the decade there. Beautiful blue denim jeans. There are a few condition issues. Like I said, there's some cuff wear. So I am a little surprised at the price here. Only a little bit, but it went for $1,200 plus shipping. It is a beautiful pair of jeans. And a pretty wearable size too, actually. So that helps it a lot. But beautiful pair of 501s. This sort of the probably would qualify as the 1966 model here as well. Excellent pair of jeans, good sale. All right, next up we have this vintage denim jacket, Levi's, 1940s, 50s. Sometimes titles, I'm surprised by what titles people put on these things, especially for such high value, high dollar items. We have the selvage. Let's see what it is. It is a type 1. A beautiful type 1 with some wear. Looks like all the pleats, just about all of them, are ripped off. The condition is subpar on this one, especially relative to a lot of the ones that we have been seeing on this list. High up the list, there are a lot of defects, a lot of issues, but still, and you can see the buckle back is missing, which is a big bummer. Had it had the buckle back, I imagine that it actually would have gone for a little bit more, quite a bit more. Maybe not quite a bit more, but it would definitely have gone for more. That definitely makes a big difference on the price. But this one sold for $1,575 with 53 bids. So I did not see what they started at. Let's see if they say how much they started it at. They started it really low. Okay, they started it at like 18 at 20. So that's why there's so many bids. Lots of people got in on it. That is, they probably did a pretty good job considering the condition of the jacket, getting a lot of people interested. Great sale. Again, another one with this sort of poor titles, but they still make the sale. I don't know how they always do it on these, but it appears that they still do it. It's a beautiful pair of dead stock 501s. This is the 1966. There you go. Beautiful dark colors. It would be a little bit more helpful if the background wasn't so dark as well, to let that wash really pop through. This is a pair from, looks like from 1980 in my estimation here. Still a beautiful pair of jeans. Again, we're seeing these 1980s jeans, if they're dead stock, do really well. And this pair sold for $2,250 with free shipping out of Chicago, Illinois. Seems really high, but you can't really argue with such a pristine condition and a very wearable size. And it's going to be shrink to fit. And we've talked about this many times before, that shrink to fit jeans just are going to eventually, especially the shrink to fit vintage jeans, are just decreasing in their availability every year. Less and less. So people are going to end up paying more and more for the vintage shrink to fit for sure. Beautiful pair of jeans, that is certain. Now, before we get to number one, I want to quickly highlight a company and service that I use to manage all my reselling items across multiple platforms like eBay, Depop, Poshmark, Mercari, Grailed, etc. I'm able to put all of my items across all of these platforms, manage them by cross-posting them or cross-delisting them. I can even automate my Poshmark store to automatically share and do all kinds of super helpful things to grow those platforms, all from using Prime Lister. It's been a super helpful and successful tool for my business and helped me reach audiences that I did not and was not able to reach prior. So if you want to check out Prime Lister for yourself, there's a free trial. Use a link in the description below to also get a discount on your first purchase. Now, at number one, we don't normally do lots, but I figured in this case we will, because these probably would have pretty much competed with those previous jeans as well. We have some 1980s 501 shrink to fits, Redline selvage, which is pretty interesting that we're seeing a lot of these, even 80s Redline selvage shrink to fit pairs go for quite a bit of money. And these are no exceptions here. You can see that's 555. It's the factory code. We can see here the date code is 1983. This is probably the same for both of them since they are both the same size and everything else seems to be pretty much the same. Again, shrink to fits. Numbers are decreasing, so it makes sense. These actually sold for $3,800 plus shipping. An incredible buy here. Beautiful pair of jeans and really good wearable, especially for a little bit taller folks. Wearable sizes. One day we may just not see shrink to fits available at all. So it's pretty cool that we're going to see this, and we'll probably start seeing over the next 5 years or so these shrink to fit numbers go up and up. All right, so that was the top 10. Lots of great items on here. Less than I was sort of expecting, to be honest. The t-shirts sort of had the one up on the jeans this week, which has been sort of a reversal of what we had been seeing.
But I do want to let you guys know that we are going to be adding an additional heat check video, at least until the end of the year. Probably dropping on Fridays. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a sort of random and rolling category. So it could be maybe vintage hats or vintage Wrangler jeans, whatever it might be. If you have suggestions, drop them in the comments below, and we'll definitely check them out and see what we can do. Just a little bit, something to mix things up until the end of the holiday season. It should be a lot of fun. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.